So I have pretty much all my Genesis notification appliances laid out here on the floor. I do know that they make a LED Genesis now, and this video is not reviewing LED Genesises, so you don't have to comment telling me because I already know. So yeah, I'm basically just going to tell you everything I don't like about these. First of all, I think that the way these are designed is just a little cheap. Frankly, if you go ahead and just feel it, it's super light, really not too much to these. Of course, it just feels like the kind of thing that would just shatter when you drop it. Second thing I don't like is that to remove the cover for these, there's two tabs on the top right there that you stick a screwdriver in. The only issue is that these tabs are absolutely tiny. If you go ahead and look at it, they are the tiniest snaps you've ever seen, and they just break off super easily. Obviously, if you push on them too hard, they are going to break, but we do know that job sites where these are installed aren't exactly the most, friendly locations for these alarms, and they should be able to withstand a little bit of impact. Another thing I don't like is that these strobe lenses, they just pop off super easily. If you go into hashtag would a fire alarm fail, you'll see a ton of these that don't have their lenses. In fact, I can actually just pop it off right now. There's literally just these two tiny little tabs right there, and then there you go. Now you no longer have a UL listed strobe because this cheap plastic lens just pops right off. So that's no good. Another thing is that I really hate the fact that to open, or when you open this device to mount it, you literally expose the circuitry, because usually on literally any other device, it will say no user serviceable parts inside, do not open. And this one, you literally have to open it and expose all this circuitry just to mount the device. Right here you have a 330 volt flash capacitor to run the strobe. What happens if you touch that and that at the same time? You get a nasty shock. So I don't know if this is really a collector friendly alarm if you have little to no experience handling alarms. I would definitely not be getting this because of course, if you have no idea what you're doing and you accidentally touch that flash capacitor, you're probably not going to want to collect fire alarms anymore. So that's not good. With these speaker strobes, and same with the horn strobes, the way you select the candela on the multi-candela models is you pull this thing out and then you slide it up and down, and you can just see how it wiggles there. But a big issue with the speaker strobes, especially if I go ahead and open it carefully so I don't break those cheap tabs, you can see this, these little slider things are so cheap. If you push them just a little too hard, they just fly right off. Oh yeah, there you go. I actually just got this one to pop off. You can see it's literally just a tiny little plastic bit that slides onto that little switch there. Come on, you could have done better than that. That is not a very good design. But yeah, that's that. These EST speaker strobes are the Genesis ones. I do actually kind of like the Genesis speaker strobes because I think it's a pretty neat design that they are very small, much smaller than your traditional speaker strobe. So I will give them that. But honestly, these ones aren't designed very well. I really wish that they put just a little more time and effort into making these really reliable, because another thing that I forgot to mention, I'll mention that now. If we go and look at a horn strobe model in here, yeah, here it is, you'll see that these cheap little horns, you can pop them right out like that and they just fall right out. And I've been having issues with that for the longest time. And no, these snaps, you can see again, they use these tiny little plastic bits just to hold the whole device together. Might as well just be made out of bubble gum. But yeah, I think that these ones, they're really nice horn strobes, don't get me wrong. I do really like them, for novelty purposes, but in reality, I do wish that they fixed those issues. All right, whatever.